Imagine lying in bed at night and hearing footsteps above you, heavy, deliberate, in the attic. But when you climb the ladder to look, there's no one there. Now imagine a few weeks later. Your entire family is slaughtered in your own home. And worse, the killer doesn't leave. He lives among the bodies, eating your food, sleeping in your bed, caring for your animals. This isn't a ghost story. This isn't a movie. This happened at a lonely farmhouse in Bavaria a century ago. Stay with me, because tonight we're talking about one of the creepiest true crime cases in history, the Hinterkaifeck murders. The year was 1922. Post-World War I Germany was battered. Rural life was harsh, isolated, and unforgiving. On a quiet farmstead about 70 miles north of Munich lived the Gruber family. There was Andreas Gruber, the 63-year-old patriarch. Harsh. Known in the village as unfriendly, even cruel. His wife Kazilia, weary after decades of farm labor. Their adult daughter Victoria, widowed during the war, raising 2 children, 7-year-old Kazilia and 2-year-old Joseph. Joseph's paternity, however, caused whispers in the community. The dark rumor was that he was not the son of Victoria's late husband, but rather her own father, Andreas. This gave the family a sinister reputation. They lived far off the beaten road at Hinterkaifeck, a farm so remotely placed, locals often spoke of how it seemed cursed. Winter was cold and bitter. Nights stretched endlessly. The family had also recently hired a new maid, Maria, who was set to arrive soon. The perfect backdrop for something unthinkable. In late March of 1922, strange things began happening at the farm. The previous maid fled the job, claiming she heard voices in the attic. Soon after, Andreas discovered fresh footprints in the snow leading to the house, but not away from it. Keys to the home went missing. The sound of footsteps echoed above them at night. Then, on March 31st or April 1st, violence struck. One by one, members of the household were lured into the barn. Andreas, his wife Cecilia, and Victoria were ambushed, each bludgeoned with a mattock, a heavy pickaxe used on farms, their skulls crushed. The children weren't spared. Little Cecilia's jaw was shattered, her body showing she'd lived for hours after the horror. The toddler Joseph, attacked in his crib, murdered as he slept. Even the new maid, Maria, who had just arrived that day, was struck down. 6 lives, all extinguished in a single night. But the story doesn't end there. For while their bodies lay hidden under hay and sheets, the killer stayed. The cows were milked, meals were cooked and eaten, Fires lit in the hearth. The animals tended to, as if nothing had happened. For days, visitors to the farm reported smoke rising from the chimney. The mail was collected, chores performed. Yet inside, the family lay dead. It wasn't until neighbors grew suspicious about the family's absence from church that the crime was uncovered. When they entered the barn, they found the butchered remains. The scene was so gruesome, it left hardened policemen shaken. Who could commit such an act? Investigators faced a labyrinth of possibilities, but no answers. Theory 1, a family affair. Some believed Andreas himself had enemies. Cold and abusive, he kept dark secrets, including possibly an incestuous relationship with Victoria. Alternatively, perhaps a villager, disgusted, sought revenge. Or maybe a blackmailer silenced them all. Theory 2, the scorned lover. Then there was the theory of Victoria's rumored involvement with a local man named Lorenz Schlittenbauer. He was seen near the farm, gave conflicting statements, and some say he acted suspiciously when the bodies were found. Did jealousy or rejection drive him to madness? Theory 3, a vagrant killer. Another popular idea was that it could have been a drifter, hiding in the attic, stealing food, finally striking down the family. The missing keys, the heard footsteps. They point to someone living inside the house before the murders. Theory 4, a professional hit. Some even argued the scene looked methodical, as though someone wanted the family gone, but not the farm itself. Why else would the killer tend the animals and stay? Despite countless suspects questioned, no one was ever convicted. Theories multiplied, clues twisted into contradictions. The truth rotted away with time. 100 years later, the farm is gone, demolished. But the legend of Hinterkaifeck lingers like a curse. The thought of a killer, unseen, living silently above you in the attic, waiting, watching, is the kind of horror that no movie could top. Even now, people debate. Was it a jealous lover? A vagrant phantom? A neighbor? Or something darker, held within that family's walls?